Uh, you know, the live review of the cassettes. I feel sorry for that review because it fell apart on me. I'm sorry. That's the risk of doing a live toy review because you can't reshoot, you can't edit, and you can't just start off on the live stream again where you left off. And unfortunately, that's what happened on the cassette review. And I'm sorry. And so, with that in mind, I decided I've got to make it up to you guys. I just have to. And the only way I thought I can possibly make this up to you guys is to do a toy review that is going to basically kill me reviewing. What am I getting myself into? What? I don't know, but I'm getting myself into something. So, guys, I don't know if anyone's going to watch this or not, but hey, I'm going live. Today's toy review, Butterflyimus Prime. What am I doing with my life? Okay, now there's a reason for the nickname, and you won't see it until we get to Super Mode. But basically, this is the, I think it was Ultra Class Optimus Prime toy from Dark of the Moon. Yeah. We went from Optimus Prime combining with Jetfire to Optimus Prime getting a super trailer. And even though that's kind of awesome, it makes this toy so hard to review. So we're going to start with the cab, because we have to do this in pieces or we're never going to get anywhere. Okay, the cab of Optimus Prime is basically the same truck design we've seen in the previous two movies. And just to show this off, I'm going to get a comparison out of the way right now. Okay, we're going to get all the comparisons out of the way. Next to, now this isn't the G1, but it's like a Legends or something. I can't remember. There's next to a G1 like Optimus Prime. Here's next to one of the movie 1 toys. Here he is next to his other Dark of the Moon release. And here he is next to the first edition Age of Extinction release. So there's the comparisons out of the way. So yeah, I've got a few. Those are only some of my Optimuses, but I can't find the others right now. So this is, ironically enough, this isn't the biggest truck mode, but it's going to be the biggest robot. So I'm going to hate myself for doing this. Okay, basic details. The Autobot logo is on the grill, which my camera might not be picking up properly, but it's there. You got flame decals on the side and on the top of the front here. Bless me. You got flame decals on the sides and on the top of the guards. Now, this Optimus Prime toy is, in truck mode, a lot nicer to look at than some of the others. Like, okay, I'm not going to complain about the G1 like because it's based off the G1 toy, so I'm not going to complain about that. But let's complain about like other ones here. I'm not complaining about the size of this guy, but that's not gray like it's supposed to, and that would have really benefited it. The Dark of the Moon release, just, it looks awful. Let's face it. I didn't like this toy release. I only got it because I didn't have many Optimuses at the time. And this thing is basically a hollow, chromed out shell. In fact, there's that giant hole in there, which makes it worse. So, this Optimus is actually quite pleasing to look at, just because it's not got many issues within vehicle mode. When we get to robot mode, you'll find the issues. But anyway, it's got all 6 rolling wheels, and they do roll. Just trust me on that. I don't have a real good flat surface to show, but you might be able to hear the wheels rolling. It's all paneled really well. You can't, even though the windows are clear, it's got the same issue of every Optimus where it's not a hollow cab, so you're seeing robot hinges and junk in there, or a flat blue panel in case of the front. Um, 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 am I still live? Am I still live? Am I still live? Um, okay, okay, good. I'm still live. I'm sorry about that. My that proves it. My connection went out. I'm sorry about that. The video's not over. We still are going. It, I'll have to put that in the description later. Oh, that there's a short pause. Great, now I can't get any videos done. Okay, well, we've talked about the cab. We'll get more on that in robot mode, but let's talk about Big Beluga trailer here. Big Beluga trailer. Shut up. That's what I was worried about, and it's going to happen a lot. I'm sorry. The trailer is basically a ton of panels on the side, and they never line up properly. You can see that seam right there quite clearly because they're not lining up properly. Same as on Optimus, it's got a lot of ports to plug in weapons. Actually, quite a lot of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 ports on top for weapons, and 2 on each side. So you can pretty much. So you have 12 weapon ports for MechTech weapons, or anything with the 5mm port, actually. But dang, that's a lot. Shut up. I hate this toy for just the sound of it going off in the night. Okay, now on the outs, now you can probably see a big problem underneath of it, and that's because holy crap. Yeah, Butterflyimus doesn't really hide too well. Now removing the weapon does help clear it up a little bit. So, and since I would have to do it for transformation anyway, we're going to go ahead and remove the weapon, which is locked in there pretty well, I should say. For its benefit, it is locked in really well. And that's the weapon. We'll get to that in the super mode. And as you can see, that helps clear off the trailer. It does show off more of the robot bits, but it does help clean the bottom of the trailer up. And yes, the trailer rolls well as well. Now then, we're done with this trailer bit, minus some few decals. Like it has bulged out Autobot logos on each side. It's got a trailer. It's got a bumper right here. No license plate though, so it's illegal. And silver Autobot logo on the top on the one blue section of the front of the trailer that's not silver. So, or gray. And so, yes, that is basically the trailer in a nutshell until we get to Super Mode. Oh, and since I know you guys, some of you guys are thinking it, can it combine with other Optimus Primes at their trailer hitches? Well, not really. G1, he can't do it at all. Even though you think he could, he can't. G1 can't do it at all. This one doesn't even have a proper trailer hitch, so it can actually it can rest on it and it will roll, but it's actually the truck's too small anyway, so it would not work. For the other Dark of the Moon Prime, which has a trailer hitch, does that work? No, because of these two spurs right here that break it off. And as for the Age of Extinction Prime, well, it holds Butterflyimus' trailer. Well, let me try to get the bloody shield off. And it can't exactly, no. Well, yes and no. It can plug onto the little groove I found, but it's not cool. It doesn't really work. It's, again, another rest on, and it usually will pull it if you've got the right angle. So yes, the trailer doesn't really work with the past primes. I do not know about the other movie primes. I don't have them. Don't plan to get many of them, in all honesty. Yeah. Okay, let's get back to the actual prime we were talking about. And it's time for robot mode for Butterflyimus. And we're going to basically just do it. I don't like this transformation. Okay, first off, you take these two panels and you just lift them up. Just lift them up, get them out of the way, because they're going to be in the way otherwise. Now you're going to lift up these red bits here, which are the guards here. You're going to lift them up and just slide them to the sides. Do it on both sides, and then you flip these panels up and just put them up there. Leave them up there. They'll get in the way unless you do. Now we have to uncollapse the entire legs, which basically means you have to now I'll say this about this toy, it is pretty secure. Actually, before we do the legs, we're going to do the arms real quick. You're going to come under here and lift the chest plate, basically, and unconnect it. And that will free the arms after you split them, and that will raise at the shoulders, like so. Now we can do the legs. You basically untab them at the chest, and you let them go. Now, mine has this tendency, because it has an automorph feature, and we will get to the automorph. I've activated it and by mistake. And now we're going to lift them out and peg the legs, collapse in this section, and pull the legs back. So the feet are already oriented correctly. Now, we're going to do the automorph. You're going to lift up this tab here in the center. Not really. I'm forgetting. You have to lift this up, and you'll lift up and down, and that will lock this in. You will flip that forward. Lock the pelvis in with some tiny clips right there, and it'll lock right in. You lock in the chest plate by just sliding it into place, and that will lock in. You will take this piece and just fold it back and fold it in. You will take the arms, rotate down, rotate, and these basic panels are just going to become the shoulder armor. The backpack, we are going to fold it all in. Just fold it all in. It's on a double hinge, and it'll all just fold together. Now you have to rotate these again and uncollapse in the backpack. And then you just fold them in, and they will peg in from these little pegs into that little port right there. And it will just slide right on. And there's the backpack and how it should look. And now all we have to do is get the hands, which they're on these sliders. You undo the slider, and it'll pop the grill, and You fold the grill the rest of the way down. There's the arm. Same thing on the other side. Just slide it and slide. There we go. Okay. And that is Butterflyimus's robot mode, and I don't like it. It's okay for what it is, for the gimmick, but it's just so not looking like Prime from the movies, in all honesty. I mean, it's got a lot of detail unpainted, like the tires in the molding here, and I can't blame it. This one does it too, and I might transform this one for comparisons. I'll probably be talking and doing that. And yeah, this Prime is okay for what it is, but obviously it's not like the leader class Prime toys. It doesn't have any lights and sounds to it. The Automorph was simple Automorph. Awesome, was here already. And basically, yeah, there's the headshot. There's the headshot of Butterflyimus. And yeah, the Optimus Prime head sculpt looks okay. That's pretty much what I can say about this toy. He's okay. Now, quickly go for articulation because we have to get through a lot in a little bit of time. Now, forward arm movement there, it's going to be hindered by that shoulder kibble, back line. Can fully go up and out. It's got less than 90 at the elbow, and it can go back a little bit. It's got a rotation right there, 360. The wrist doesn't have any articulation due to transformation. The head is on a 360 swivel. Of course, these, like I said, these panels move to accommodate. You can get a full split out of him. He can move his leg forward that much, backwards that much. He's got 90 degrees of knee and a little bit of ankle tilt, but that's because of the super mode. And that is basically this Prime. And I'm going to basically put him to the side right now. I'm going to get some comparisons ready real quickly. So I'm just going to talk to you, distract you, while I get my comparisons ready to go. Yeah, as you can tell, this is a live review. I cannot jump cut. I wish I could. That would make this awkward talking a lot better. But hey, at least the lamp has not yet decided to end the video. The lamp has decided to stay nice and keep itself upright. Have I jinxed this video? Have I? Maybe. I have no idea. I've already put in the description that this is probably me killing myself. Probably is. One Butterflyimus is just a lot to do. I mean, a lot of people will refuse to make videos about these toys because of how complex they are. And I'm doing this thing live, for Pete's sake. There's no redos. There's no redos. We're live. Stop being a bugger. I'm talking to one of the toys, because don't you just love doing that, talking to your toys? I talk to my toys all the time because they're my best friends. Even though I hardly ever play with the Optimus toys because I don't have one that I preferably like to play with. Because Butterflyimus is pretty much a pain in the butt to transform. Especially the back to trailer mode. And the other Dark in the Moon Prime is a pain to transform, and there are issues with that. And if I ever reviewed that toy, which I'm actually currently transforming for comparisons, I will explain those problems. But that's the thing about me and my Transformers. Most of them I buy secondhand or on discount at stores. So that is the main reason why I do not really buy Transformers that often. And the ones I do, I buy them because I actually like the character. I like Optimus, but I've never been a big fan of Optimus. Okay, that's 3 down. Got one more to transform real quick, and then I'll do the comparison, and then we don't need to do any more comparisons in this entire video. I hate doing this. So now every time you can honestly see the honest to goodness jump cut in other toy reviewers, you can understand why. It takes a while to transform some of these size comparisons. Especially since I'm comparing Optimus Primes, so I've got to transform my Optimus Primes. Oh God. I might never do this on an Optimus Prime toy review again, because I won't have to. Ever. Ever. Wow. So far, we're so far into this live review of a toy I thought everybody would want to see live. Well, nobody's watching. So I guess there goes shows what friends I've got. Thanks a lot, guys. You are such nice guys. It makes me almost wish the video did stop so I can stop. Maybe do a jump cut. But I'm too nice. And I got the size comparisons ready. So let's start with the basic. Let's get the robot back out here. And we'll start with G1-ish generation. Robot Masters. Action Masters. Dire Clone. I don't know. Whatever he is. And, yeah, he's about the size of 2 of them. Let's bring up the movie one. I think it was Scout class Optimus. Again, quite big. How about his other Dark of the Moon toy release? Still bigger. And what about the Age of Extinction? Yeah, Age of Extinction's bigger. Not by much, actually. It's about a good inch taller. That's going to change. And with that, I'm going to take these 3 and I'm going to put them off the side of the bed because I will not need them anymore. This review will not need those Optimus Primes anymore because all we'll need is this one, and I'll take this one for size comparison later. Okay, though. We've got through the vehicle mode. We got through the robot mode. All we got left is super mode for Butterflyimus. This thing. Why do I do this to myself? Just why? Why do I do this to myself? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, then. We'll put him off to the side. Well, actually, no. We'll go ahead and get him ready first. I'm going to put the shoulder blades up, panels up, because if I don't, they're going to get in the way. I'm going to put these arms out, because if I don't, they're going to get in the way. Put the feet laying down. That's it. He's ready. Let's get the trailer out. Trailer. Now, there are many ways to do this. Not really. Let's transform it by first unpopping these giant side panels, which on camera is going to be fun. I have a lot of stiff joints on this one. And there we go. Those 2 panels, which are also connected to these arms. And you will unconnect the arms from inside the trailer. They just plug. Oh my gosh. There. They plug in very snugly into these little tabs using those pegs. And we're going to just move them for now. That's all I can do. And sometimes it'll do it by himself, but then you undo these 2 panels here. Yeah, that's going to get annoying, won't it? Okay, we got those out of the way, and you can basically now pull out these pieces, which are just going to go forward. And now we're going to just... Bless me. Bless me. Dang. We're going to get the top of this trailer. We're going to flip it up, and it's on a rack. It's on a slide joint, and it's a very tight slide joint. There we go. Now, yes, this happens a lot. Sometimes the kibble will pop off. Just put it back on. It's made to fall apart. You will flip this entire thing to his back, and it'll plug in very securely. And then you will use these dual joints here and slide it and orient it. And I don't know exactly what you do with the wheels. It gets that hinge, so I guess that's how you're supposed to do it. And make sure these are straight and angled, like so. Now we've got to undo more panels here. You undo these two from... Like I said, I hate this toy's paneling. They're always so tight, for Pete's sake. Okay, we're going to split. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I've got to figure out how I'm going to do this on camera. There we go. We're going to split these panels off into the sides. And we're going to do it on the other one. Hopefully. There we go. Had to get grip here and basically just lay out to the side. You unconnect these, bring them out to the side. You flip these two of the trailer hitches and you just fold them in, and that'll form his mega toes. And then you disconnect the feet and click, click. You'll want to do that. Now we've got his suit's inner workings here. You need to strain the arms up, and you need to fold them and bring out the fist. On both sides, fold, bring out the fist. And then you need to open up the crotch plate, make sure these side bits are to the side. And you need to open up these leg panels. And there's the trailer in the full armor. That's just the armor. The armor. Prime. Armor. Armor. Prime. Weapon. We'll get to the weapon. We're going to put Prime in. I hate this. We're going to, basically, there's a tab right there that'll plug into his crotch. There's two ports there. We'll plug into the two ports on the bottom of his feet. These tabs will go into his hands and form his mega hands, and this will wrap around him, and he'll also get a plug into his back. So we're going to just lean him in there and get his crotch and back situated first. I'm sorry if I can't really do this to show on camera, but oh my gosh, this toy is hard to. There we go. His crotch and shoulder and his back are in, and one of the shoulder panels does pop off. These shoulder panels do pop off quite well, and you want to keep those up. Now you're going to plug it in his feet into the leg holsters here, and you're going to flip up the pelvis joints, which you have to make sure it keeps lined up, and it will just slide right over his pelvis and clip on, giving him a bigger torso. You're going to flip the legs and just re-clip them. And now we got to get to the arms, which is, again, a hassle. You have to fold these in, and his arm panels, where his tires are going to flip right in the grooves. You gotta orient it where his shoulder does not get in the way. And after you manage that, you just have to fold it down over the top and make sure the fist gets plugged into the fist. If you don't, then this entire arm is unstable and it's going to collapse, because that's the only peg really holding it. There, and then you flip the shoulder panel back down. I'm going to do the second one off camera because, oh, you've seen one. I'm not going to attempt to do both on camera, especially because this thing hates me. Okay. And after just getting your panels all situated, there is Butterflyimus in all his glory. Well, not quite. We still have this giant thing. Now, this giant thing plugs on with the same tabbing system. So we're going to get that ready. These clips will plug on over this black piece. Once you have it all lined up, which it's lined up, it's just, yes, make sounds. Go ahead. I don't care anymore. There we go. Now it's plugged in, and then just rest it on the back, and it'll plug in there too. And there you go. There's the full armor mode for Butterflyimus Prime, and he's big. I mean, like I said, here's comparison to the Age of Extinction First Edition. He got big. This is, if you went to the top, because that's how the proper orientation for the wings are. If you went to the top, that's two of these standing on top of each other. That's big. How in the hell? Okay, now this one. You're probably wondering, what's the articulation for super mode? Well, decent. When you don't have the weapon activated, you still have the head swivel. The arms do take a hinder because the panels will get in the way, mainly that shoulder panel. However, you still got forward movements. You do have that much weight movement, and your arms still bend pretty well. Legs, you got a little bit of ankle pivot. That's it. You don't got knees. You don't got nothing. He's basically a standing statue now. Okay, though. But what's so good about this toy? And most people are going to say, well, it's his weapon. And I disagree, but we're going to do it anyway. The weapon, of course, stores on the back, and you undo this, and it'll just wrap right above. This will come over his head, giving him a new helmet, or it should if it was plugging incorrectly, which it should be. I don't know what's going on. Shut up. There we go. Now that will come over, giving him the lockdown gun head a year early, and you will plug in his arms into the two holsters of this cannon so he can hold this thing, and there you go. Butterflyimus full cannon blast mode. Now, this has sound effects, obviously, and you heard some of them already, but okay, there's 3 buttons for sound effects. One here. Rapid fire it. One here. That's for the missile launchers. You can fire both at once. There. And then you have this giant red switch, and when you pull it back, you get the mech tech feature. Now, that's their super attack while flying. Now, it's randomized though, so you can sometimes get Optimus Prime voice clip. If I get it. One more time. I am Optimus Prime. There you go. That's the voice clip, and the only other thing it does is give him that targeted helmet, and it's a stupid helmet, in all honesty. Is it a good toy for looks? Yes, for looks, I love this thing. It looks good to have nearby on the shelf, if I had a shelf. For me, it usually ends up in a closet or on the floor. But, hey, it looks good. And when it's non-super mode, it's actually not too bad to play with. It's got enough articulation where it works. Well, it's in super mode, however, well, it's got no leg articulation except for a little bit inner outer and the ankle pivot. So you can get a few poses, but that's about it. Anyway, that is pretty much it. That is the review for Dark of the Moon Butterflyimus Prime. And yeah, I don't know about you, but as a better I know this one's supposed to be the one flashy one for display, but I think this one makes a better display. And I can't tell you how much I paid for this. I didn't pay for it. This one I got as a birthday Christmas gift. Don't ask me which one. They're so close together. I don't know. But pretty much that it was free to me, and I can't complain about that. I did not ask for this. This is actually one of the few cases where I did not ask it on my Christmas list because I didn't really want it. I'm glad I have it, but oh my gosh, I didn't really ask for it. It was just like a big surprise. Like, and the young me was going, I can never transform this thing. I was having trouble with the movie one toys, so this thing. But hey, I've been able to transform it since then. So that is Butterflyimus Prime. I'm Butterflyimus from 1221. This has been my live suicide attempt, and it failed. It failed. I thank you all for not watching, because you'll probably watch it later, because you won't watch it live. So, goodbye, everyone.